As I mentioned to you previously, I thought it was unique when you see a guy like Mike Bray at Notre Dame, your counterpart, going on Twitter and saying, hey, who wants to play? They had a game canceled, so they're looking for an opponent the first weekend, or I guess this coming weekend, the first weekend of December. Are you surprised that it's gotten to that point with COVID that you see coaches just jumping on Twitter and saying, who wants to play?
I'm not, Jed. I think with just the circumstances with COVID-19, there's going to be a lot of cancellations. You're seeing programs all across the country right now get shut down for 2 weeks, and then it could be the day before your game, and you lose that game. Now you're looking for a game. Well, there's other teams that are going to be in the same situation. And if that's the case, it makes a lot of sense, man. We just got to get to 13 games. 13 games is the minimum number of games you can have to qualify for the NCAA tournament. And if your team is healthy and you're able to play, you better figure out a way to play a game. And because who knows, in 2 weeks, you could get shut down. We'd miss 2 weeks of basketball. And so I think, whether it's going on Twitter or whether it's using companies, there's companies out there now that are doing this specifically, that they're all kind of hot. You're in the same hopper and you can see who else needs a game, then and when. It kind of matches you up. You got to figure it out in these times. You got to be creative.
Would you anticipate jumping on Twitter being that sort of cavalier about it, or do you think maybe sort of the back channels is more your style, or anything goes? I mean,
I think anything goes. I think there's no rules, more fun, right? You just got to figure it out. I think at the end of the day, whether it's going on Twitter, I think we obviously know enough people, but we don't rely on just one little area. I mean, because if you can get a game, you got to try to find a way to get a game in. And whether it's going on social media and then all of the media heads in college basketball retweet it, and then maybe another coach that you don't know needs a game, sees it on Twitter, well, there you go. And then there's your match. So whatever we got to do to get games in.
The race to 13. You've got game number 4 coming up Monday against Eastern Kentucky. This is a team that's going to kind of stretch you a little bit, all 94 feet, right? They like to press and get after you.
Yeah, they're going to press for 40 minutes. We played them 2 years ago, and that's what they did. And A.W. Hamilton is their coach. He does a great job. Good friend of mine. They're going to make you work, and you got to really be disciplined. You got to take care of the basketball. We want to push it. We want to play fast ourselves, but we want to be disciplined. If we have numbers, let's attack. If we don't have a numbers advantage, we want to be able to run half-court offense. So that's where they'll really test us, is with their press.
Do you find yourself as a coach this year, when your players are away from you, away from the facility, worrying less or more than you typically would?
Probably you worry about it more. You just try to stay in constant contact with those guys. Obviously, it takes – anybody can get COVID-19. You could be going to La Rosa's, or you could go to Skyline or Kroger, and you could get it, But we just want to make sure our guys are making the right decisions, and trying to social distance as best as possible, wear a mask. Hygiene's so important. But again, at the end of the day, we can only focus really on the things we can control, right? That's us getting better every single day, mastering our system, preparing for the next game, giving great effort, while we're here.
The crosstown shootout, which I'm sure is far from your mind right now, given that you have 2 games before that, it is a week from today. Do you think, I'm not going to ask you X's and O's about that game, but do you think that playing 5 games before that game to UC's 1 will be an advantage for you?
I think it could be. Again, it all depends. I think, we have to learn. And that's the only thing that I would say is we play in so many games in such a short period of time. You get live reps out there, but it's hard to make adjustments in between games, right? You really don't get a chance to a whole lot, because it's just next game. And so you got to be able to still grow as a team. And that's why I've been trying to really tell our guys, man, we need mental days. Obviously, we got a short bench right now, and so we're not practicing very long on the floor. So we got to be able to watch film and get better. We have to be able to get mental reps off the floor when it's not your physical rep. Is really, really important right now, because we got to still continue to grow as a team. So I think you could look at it as a disadvantage and an advantage at the same time.